Hello and welcome to La Vida Fútbol. My name is Laureano and I am a UEFA B licensed coach from California, currently living and coaching in Germany. In this video, we will discuss the 3-4-2-1 defensive strengths and weaknesses. First, we will talk about the strengths and then we will move on and discuss the weaknesses. I have recently had some requests from subscribers to do videos with 3 in the back, so I decided to do this video with a 3-4-2-1. On top of that, I made a playlist for tactic videos that I have done in the past that are focused on formations with 3 in the back lines. If you look at the top right of your screen, I have added a card that will take you to that playlist if you're interested in watching all those videos. This video is for anyone interested in football tactics and formations, especially those who are interested in learning more about formations with 3 in the back. Let's begin by looking at the defensive strengths. The 2 offensive midfielders allow this formation to have a strong high press that can lead to counterattacks. Let's take a look at an example. So here we have the goalkeeper who plays the ball to the left center back. When that happens, you have the striker who comes in and gets in a position to eliminate the pass back to the goalkeeper and a pass to the center midfielder, in this case the number 8. The right offensive midfielder comes in and eliminates a pass to the other center midfielder, in this case the number 6. And should that pass come through, then the defensive midfielder is there covering the number 6 man-to-man. So this leaves the number 3 open. So in this case, the left center back plays the ball to the left back, and when that happens, the wing back comes up from in front of the player and eliminates the pass to the number 7. The offensive midfield now changes target, goes from the left center back to the left back, and now this leaves one player available, and in this case it's a horizontal pass to the number 6. But because we know that, the defensive midfielder can anticipate the pass, intercept the pass when it comes, and then counterattack. Let's take a look. This formation and its defensive variations have a strong central block and a good distribution of players, making it a good option for middle field pressing. As we can see with the variations, you have the center of the pitch well covered, and with the backline of 5, you have the wingbacks there to cover the outside lanes when necessary. Furthermore, there is also a great distribution of players in the deep central block. This leads teams to spread out and play wide, which gives this formation an advantage because the shifting leads to multiple outnumbering situations on the wings. Okay, now let's play out a situation where the opponents are building from the back. So the center backs can pass back and forth to each other as much as they want. They could even decide where they're going to go with the pass, and essentially we adapt. That is unless we know that, for example, the left back is stronger than the right back. Then essentially we can have our striker steer the game to the right side by eliminating the pass to the other center back, in this case the left center back. Okay, so when that happens, that is a trigger for the wing back to already start stepping up, for these players to slowly make little movements to the left side and to the opponent's right, so that we already start preparing for the outnumbering situation. So if we eliminate that pass, we have to think about the midfielders, and we cover the midfield passes with the offensive midfielder. Okay, so then the striker, it's important for the striker to cover the pass to the center back, but also a long ball to the left back, because that would be a little bit more difficult to get if they manage to get that pass, because then we only have the wing back there to cover because we have already tucked in our offensive midfielder. But if we do that correctly, then the ball will essentially be going to the right back. So when that pass is made, the wing back is already pretty much there to cover and to step up and to prevent any passes from going forward. So when this happens, of course we need our center backs to shift once again, and because we had a backline of 5, this would then leave us with the backline of 4, which is also okay. And when the wing back steps up, our offensive midfielder should also cover any passes there to the midfield, and then our defensive midfielders would be there essentially covering the center midfielders should they decide to help. Okay, the striker essentially covers the pass back to the center backs, and this player here, the other offensive midfielder, essentially tucks in because it would be very difficult in this case for the right back to make a pass to the other side. Okay, so we can already try to anticipate a steal of the ball and getting ready to make a counterattack. Okay, so then that would be a trap here. But should we miss this trap, if our offensive midfielder is not quick enough and our wing back is essentially still on their way, then we would essentially cover or prevent the pass to one of the center mid by closing in that pass, allowing the pass to the number 10 in this case to happen, and then we have a double team with the center back and the wing back there. Okay, so those are the 2 traps that we can do on the outside, and we do that because when we have a central block and we're defending deep, we're essentially inviting the opponent to play and build up stuff, and they can distribute the ball as much as possible, but in order to do that, we're going to require them to be spread out. By them being spread out is what can lead to these types of traps that we just discussed. Now we're going to take a look at the defensive weaknesses of this formation. The 3-4-2-1 formation has trouble with a high press when the opponents have a double pivot, such as the 4-2-3-1. In the first line of defense, the double pivot can create an advantage of up to 7 versus 3 if we include the goalie. This makes it easy for teams to play out the back. Now, on top of that, the double pivot plus a double forward overload pins the wingback and allows the open space for the outside backs to dribble uncontested. You do have a defensive midfielder that could press the right back in this situation here, but they also have to worry about the number 10 in the center of the pitch, because if they go after the right back, the number 10 is wide open, and if they get the ball, then that is a attack that can be even more dangerous if it's played on the other side where there's open space. When defending in the 3-4-2-1 formation, the offensive midfielders cannot always press, as it would be too demanding to go up and down the pitch. So if they are farther back, there is a big space in between the offensive midfielders and also in between the offensive midfielders and the striker. As you can see in this example here, this can easily be exploited with teams that have 3 midfielders. So here we have one of the center defensive midfielders checking out, pulling one of the offensive midfielders with them, and then having the number 10 in this case check in, receive the ball, and essentially build up. When the 2 pivots help with the build-up, it's possible for the offensive midfielders to simply drop back and then create a 5-4-1 defensive shape. This gives the team better coverage and a better balance throughout the pitch. The downside of going into a 5-4-1 is that the team is now farther away from the opponent's goal. In conclusion, the 3-4-2-1 formation is a good formation for a high press if you have the offensive midfielders there to help. Additionally, the formation has good coverage in the center of the pitch, and with the back line of 5, you have the wingbacks there to cover the outside lanes. On the other hand, this formation has trouble with teams that play with 2 pivots. So that concludes this video. If you liked the video, you learned something new, or you simply enjoyed it, kick that like button. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe. I'm currently trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you get notified every time I come out with a new video. If you're a football coach and you're seeking to improve your football coaching skills, visit the Coach's Voice Academy. I put a link in the description section below, and if you punch in Buddy10, you get £10 off an annual subscription. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.